Well, here's a topic for the week that's near and dear to my heart. I hope you find it sufficiently or even equally or even more so compelling. But I wonder if you can relate to this. Do you ever feel on edge? Do you ever feel edgy? The word edgy has always interested me. It seems to represent a tug of war between two different states of consciousness. Edgy, we're on the edge, the boundary. There's a tug of war going on between, how shall we say, our higher self and our lower self. Or as Lincoln said, the angels of my higher nature and the angels of my lower nature. But it reminds me of this phrase, wrestling. Did you wrestle in high school growing up? Anyway, you never want to fight with a wrestler because wrestlers will always win. They'll pin you, they'll get you down on the ground even if you're an excellent boxer. But wrestlers always win, and fighters know that. But wrestling itself it seems to me like we're always wrestling with something. In fact, one of the most famous characters in the world scripture is Jacob, and Jacob became Israel, which is one of the most astonishing transformations of any human being in all of any of the world scriptures, because Jacob Jacob was sort of a jerk. He was not a good dude, man. He liar, a cheater, and a thief, and did a lot of bad stuff. And yet he had this amazing spiritual awakening where he wrestled with an angel. Sounds like a spiritual vision on an ayahuasca trip to me, but who am I to judge? But I think what's significant in the story is that there was a wrestling match going on. And honestly, I feel like I'm wrestling a lot. I'm wrestling between two different worlds, two different states of consciousness. Now, you would think after roughly 50 years of yoga, prayer, meditation, spiritual work, self-examination, lots of mistakes, you would think that after that much spiritual work, that I came up with some words here real quick. I was thinking, shouldn't I be eligible for almost complete serenity, fulfillment, a feeling of safety and comfort? No. It's not to say that I don't feel those wonderful qualities. I feel them way more than I used to, but I'm a mixed bag, and there's almost always a sense that I'm wrestling between fear and trust, or anger and forgiveness, or I think you get the idea. I'm wrestling, and it's like sometimes I get so damn tired of it. I get so exhausted with the fight, the wrestling, and yet it means that I'm always growing, and it means that we are always growing, if you can relate to what I'm talking about now. If in your own spiritual journey, you feel almost always completely safe, fulfilled, content, and serene, more power to you. I think that's where we're all headed. But this week is, what are you wrestling with? And do you feel like you're wrestling, and that it's okay to wrestle, because all the great ones who've come before us have wrestled before they underwent their great transformation from who they were to who they became. Jacob became Israel. God only knows who we're going to become, but it's okay to wrestle. It's okay to have that feeling, and it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's amazing how I just have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I have to trust in the midst of distrust, and I have to be courageous in the midst of fear. It's a wrestling match. Anyway, hope this makes sense. I'll expand on it during the week, and wrestle well. I'll see you tomorrow.